An officer by the name of Robb Gary Evans walked into a bar in Arizona, and he walked into that bar completely drunk. He flashed his badge to the bodyguard at the front door so he wouldn't have to pay cover. Then he approached a woman wearing a skirt, put his hands up her skirt, and reached for her genitals. Now, he was reported to the authorities, he was arrested, he was investigated, and although he has been fired from the police force and a jury found him guilty for sexual assault, the judge in this case has decided that the crime is not serious enough to warrant a jail sentence. Now, the judge is Jacqueline Hatch, I apologize, and she has taken a very fascinating stance on this. She's not really blaming the officer for what he did. She's blaming the victim for being at a bar. So here's what she said when she talked about this case. She says to the woman, to the victim, "If you wouldn't have been there that night, none of this would have happened to you. I hope you look at what you've been through and try to take something positive out of it. You learned a lesson about friendship and you learned a lesson about vulnerability. When you blame others, you give up your power to change." I feel like this is really a common theme right now. I don't know what brought this about, but there's Todd Aiken talking about rape and how women don't get pregnant when they get raped. The body just shuts itself down. Mm-hmm. You hear people talking about how rape victims ask for it because of the way they dress. I mean, these types of conversations are now coming up regularly, and it's so unbelievably harmful because it empowers people to think that sexual assault is okay, that they can get away with it, because society is not going to blame the victim. The society is not going to blame the suspect. They're going to blame the victim. Yeah. And it sets a horrible, horrible standard.
Yeah, I would say I think that this is less offensive than some of the other things that have been said. And honestly, if she had just cut off before that last line, when you blame others, you give up your power to change, I have to hope that she's not speaking specifically to that woman. It says that she's quoting her mother. And so I think in general, as a general rule, it's best to, even in the worst circumstances, to see what you can do in the future to improve your lot in life, I suppose. But in this context, and saying it after what happened, we have no reason to believe that she was at all to blame for anything that happened to her. He came up from behind her and sexually assaulted her. So it seems crass and offensive to say this quote in this case, even if in another context it wouldn't be as offensive and might actually be helpful. But yeah, I agree with you. It's continuing the theme of victim blaming, and I don't know how that's supposed to help her. I don't know what lesson about friendship she is supposed to take from this.
Right. I disagree with you on one point. I think that this is extremely offensive because she's basically telling this woman, well, if you weren't at a bar, mm-hmm. She didn't say this, so I'm not quoting her verbatim, but this is what she's indicating. If you weren't at a bar like a hussy, then this wouldn't have happened to you. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the kind of, thing that she's implying. And mm-hmm. I think that's what makes it so offensive. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you should have been at home. Why were you at a bar? I mean, of course this is going to happen to you at a bar. It makes me remember what Liz Trotta said on Fox News about women who join the military and then get sexually assaulted in the military. She said, well, you're a woman and you're joining the military. Of course you're going to be sexually assaulted. You should expect it. Yeah. But no, you shouldn't expect it. We should live in a society where people are able to go to the bar, they're able to join the military and not have to worry about being sexually assaulted like that.